Well, I think ultimately there's no getting around the fact that we're the ones choosing or deciding, right? Like even if you decide to follow another, you're the one who has taken that step.
It looks like that.
Yeah. But it seems that there's been some dangerous situations, or maybe you can call it fanaticism, that happens when someone kind of loses themselves and says, okay, you can tell me, this person or this organization can tell me what to do, and I'm going to listen to them beyond myself, and then you've lost your own kind of discernment.
That's what's cult. You know, and I don't care what it looks like out in the world, what religious tradition it comes from. If you give up your sense of right and wrong, and to be told what's right and wrong and what you should do by somebody else, then that's a cult. My guru never told us what to do. Never. Except go away, you know. That's all. Feed us and go away. But he never told us what to do. He never told people, do this, do that, do this, do that. You have to find your own thing. You have to find what's right for you. That is the path, finding what's right for you. And if somebody tells you to do something, it's very different than when you know you have to do something. So he never told me to sing with people, for instance. And it was 21 years after he died that I recognized if I did not sing with people, I would not clean out the shadows in my own heart. I had to do it. And when I sing, that's why I'm doing it. Because I have to, not because anybody told me. If you told me, it would not be the same. Even if I believed him, it would not be the same, which I would. He said, you have to do this. And okay, I'm doing it, but in the back of my mind, I'm doing it because he told me it's right to do. I understand it's right to do. Even that's different when you know you have to do it yourself. And that knowledge, that understanding came from within, from your own intuition, whatever that means. So that's the thing. And I was in a cult, so I know what it's like to give up your own sense of right and wrong and be told what you need, what you should do. The whole time I was doing those things, it didn't feel right, but I made myself do them because I needed what I was getting in that cult, which was a little pat on the head and told I was a good boy. Because that was after Maharaji died, and I was really lost and very, very unhappy. And so I got involved with this situation where somebody was willing to pat me on the head and tell me I'm a good little boy, and that was what I needed. So to get that, I was willing to do whatever this person said. And that I was in that for maybe, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 or 4 years I was involved with that group. Finally, I just said enough of this shit, and I got out. I walked away. But because they had gotten too crazy beyond belief, so and I walked. So I know what it's like, and some of these cults, they look like they're traditional religious organizations, but that doesn't mean they're not a cult. You know, if anybody who tells you this is the only way, you got to run as fast as you can in any direction but that one. There's no only way. Everybody is their own way already, and there are lineage and traditions that transmit a sense of direction, you could say, which you experience within yourself. And if you're in a situation where you're getting that transmission, or you're feeling this is good for me, you should go with it. But you have to learn to listen to yourself. This is what none of us have been taught to do. And that's why we get involved with these situations that are so abusive, from sexually, emotionally, and every other way. Because we haven't been trained to pay attention to ourselves or trust our own hearts. So we're willing to let it go for anybody just giving us a little attention.